What's the best piece of advice you give anybody that's kind of going through this whole process right now?
This best piece of advice, I actually got it from a coach yesterday. We work our whole lives to get to this point, and we're, so focused on, just making sure we're doing everything right. And just biggest thing, just soak it all in. Just take a second, just soak it in. Like you say, you work to get here. So just not just making sure you're being overwhelmed, and just be yourself. Just basically just sell your story.
And building off of that, what's the best advice you've gotten as a player, maybe from a coach, maybe from a veteran? Like, is there something for you, like where they said something that really clicked and that you've kind of carried to this day going into the pros?
I say be a coffee bean. If you think about a coffee bean, you put it in hot water, it's going to spread. And just making sure you have that impact, no matter if it's in sports or just in life, especially when we have this platform, just make sure you can be a coffee bean.
Being able to be in the same defense for 3 years was great. We did a bunch of different things, but also having that last year, a little bit of a change, that one high, I think it just shows more versatility, that I'm able to do more, but also know more coverages, know more about coverages, know more about football. So
do you have more intelligent conversations right now with these teams than you could have a year ago?
I've seen a couple moments. I would say tackling.
I mean, I like to think I would have intelligent. Yeah, I would have intelligent conversations regardless, but if a team's running cover 3, I know exactly what they're talking about. If the team's running cover 4, I know exactly what they're talking about. So
I think with any rookie quarterback, the more help you can get, the better. And AJ's been one of the best players at his position for a very long time. And if I am lucky enough to get drafted number 1 overall, I would like to have him on the roster. I wouldn't say there's any concerns. I want to learn a lot about a lot of different teams. Through these interviews, you just talk ball. And that's what I enjoy doing. I look forward to, and I think we're meeting with the Bengals here in a couple days, and I'm looking forward to just talking ball, seeing what they're about, seeing the offense that they run, see how they think about ball. So that's what these interviews are about, just getting to know the people in the process.
You said you're not going to be doing franchises. Is there a reason for that?
Is there a reason for that? I mean, we played a month longer than everyone else, and everyone else has been training a month longer than us because we played January 13th, and then I took a week off and then got back to training. So everyone else has been training a lot longer. So I feel like I wanted to I didn't think I'd be able to put my best foot forward here at the combine. So I wanted to wait until pro day, had another whole month of training, and just be the best that I could be when everyone's eyes are on me.
Physically, what's your most NFL-ready attribute?
I mean, I think my pocket presence is the thing that'll translate most. But obviously, going into the league, you can improve in every area, and that's kind of what I'm not focused on one little thing here and there, but I'm focused on just improving my game overall, because the speed of the game, the concepts, the reads, the defenses, it's all more complex now. So I'm just trying to better myself as well. That meant the world, because I gave a lot to that program with my hard work, and it didn't show on the field, unfortunately, but I did a lot of work behind the scenes, and for the fans to recognize that, it really did mean a lot to me, and I did take notice.
Joe, where did beating Alabama rank in your accomplishments last year? How much do you think Coach O's program has caught up to Saban's?
It was up there, but it wasn't bigger than an SEC championship, college football semifinal, or college football national championship. Those are the 3 that really meant a lot to us. Going into that game, we felt like we should win that game. We wanted to win the national title, and if we don't beat Alabama, we're not going to win it. So that was our goal the whole year, and that was just another roadblock for us. That would be a lot of fun. I've never been to Vegas before. I might have to hit a couple casinos while I'm out there. I do think it's my mental capacity in the game. I think, like I said earlier, I prepare better than anybody else, and my physical traits are limited compared to some of the guys here, right? And everyone can see it. So I got to be smarter, I got to prepare better, and I got to know what's happening before it happens so I can play fast. So we had talented players all over the field that were mature and worked really hard.
Joe, just to get this out of the way, if the Bengals select you at number 1, would you have to go play for them?
Yeah, I'm not going to not play. I'm a ball player. Whoever picks me, I'm going to go show up.
It would be exciting to be able
Yeah, absolutely. It's 2 hours, 15 minutes from my house. I can go home for dinner if I wanted to. Not a lot of pro athletes can get to do that. You know, this process is all about talking ball, and you know the physical stuff they can see on film, but everyone wants to get to know you as a person and as a player as far as the mental side. And I feel like I'm really good at that, and I enjoy talking ball with coaches. So I've enjoyed the interviews so far. I'll play whoever does. You know, I'm just not going to be presumptuous about what they want to do. It's the draft. You guys have been covering it for a long time. You never know what's going to happen.
Have you spoken with Zach or Duke about how you think?
I have not yet. That'll be later, I believe. I'm not exactly sure what the schedule is.
Joe, I'm not going to not play as different than I want to be with the first pick. I want to be a Bengal. Just, do you want to be, in your mind, what do you want to be?
Yeah, of course I want to be the first pick. That's every kid's dream. You know? I've worked really, really hard for this opportunity, and I'm blessed to be in this position, and a lot of people helped me get here. So I'm just really excited to be in this position.
Last night you tweeted about the metric on the hand measure. I mean, do you think that's kind of silly? I mean, obviously you perform well. I mean, you're a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, these measurements, you can take so much from them. If it's a glaring issue on film with turnovers, yeah, it's probably an issue. But I didn't have a lot of fumbles or anything like that, so I just tried to make a little joke out of it. It was a grueling season, and this is a grueling week when you play 15 games. I mean, we basically played an NFL season. We were playing into the first week of the playoffs, so I think that the length of the season is really going to help you next year. And then, this is a grueling week. You guys know how it is. We have medicals, interviews with teams all week. So, it's a long week, but I've enjoyed it.
What are some things you want to hear or hope to learn from Duke from Zach?
We're just going to talk ball, just like every other team. I'm excited to get to know what their offense looks like, what they see for me, what they see that I can get better. That's something I'm asking all these teams when I'm interviewing with them. What do you think I can get better at? I'm always trying to learn, always trying to improve. When my time comes to be a leader, be the starting quarterback, I'll do whatever is asked of me. I haven't had any contact with Eli, but Peyton and Arthur and Cooper as well have been reaching out to me a lot throughout the year, just telling me congratulations. So coming from a family like that, it means a lot to me that they, I don't know if they do it to everyone, but it makes me feel really good when they reach out. It's great the things that I took out of that were, I tried to ask them about their weekly preparation all the time. I tried to model my game my weekly preparation after theirs, and I took a lot of notes on it and tried to model my preparation every week after that. Yeah, if it works out with the Bengals, they would be very excited. Let's just say that. Big Drew Brees fan, so I liked the Saints for a while, and then I became kind of a Browns fan eventually for a couple years. So I was a bandwagon fan, if you want to call it that.
Joe, a couple years ago, you were at Ohio State fighting for a job. Did you ever envision, or did you envision being here in the situation you're in right now?
Yeah, I did. I knew the work that I had put in, and this whole thing is great. But the thing I really envisioned was the on-field success. I couldn't. Heisman Trophy and all those awards are great, but I wanted to be a starting quarterback and be the best player that I could be. And I've worked really, really hard for it, and I've had a lot of people that have helped worked really hard for me as well.
How much would you have wanted to play against Ohio State in that championship game?
It would have been a lot of fun. It would have been a lot of fun to play all my old teammates, all my old friends. I'm sure there would have been some trash talk out there as well.
Joe, have you had contact with Dolphins?
We've had informal interviews this week, yeah.
What are your thoughts on that franchise?
Yeah, I think, they have a lot of assets, and it seems like they've begun to build a team that can be successful in this league. I don't know a lot about it. I'm just coming in year one as a rookie, so, veterans and honestly, you guys know more about it than me, but they seem to be doing the right things.
To try to perfect my technique that I have now, my toolbox that I have now, and I know that it will bring me success in the field. So that's one thing that I took from that.
Just that resume that my pops has for him, I know that I'll be somebody that they welcome me with open arms. So no matter what program or organization that I step foot in, you know, they're going to get the best version of Darnay Holmes.
What stands out about Rich's account?
His speed, man, able to get to the ball, get downhill, man, and his range.
Who's the toughest guy you saw in the game this year? Not the highest pick, most athletic, most dynamic, but toughest, most competitive guy you matched up with in the game?
Not on my team?
Not on your team.
Man, one of the toughest guys. I got to think. Anthony Jennings he was tough. Jawan Jennings, my bad. Yeah, from Tennessee. He was tough.
What stood out about him?
He was just running the ball like really hard, you know, and he was very tough. He put it all on the line for his team no matter what the score was. And I really admire that. You know, you're getting your butt beat, but you're still going out there playing hard.
Say about your production, your all-time sack leader at Baylor. You got a lot of film on that. What do they say about your motor, your production?
Yes, sir. I mean, they've all kind of said the same thing. I've like, they just see that it's not even the sacks. I feel like the pressures I've had is just affecting plays, and I've told them like I feel like I'm one of the most disruptive guys that are here, and I feel like as a D lineman, that's kind of your goal. So obviously they like that, and they like that I played around in different positions, so they know that I'm comfortable doing whatever, and hopefully it pays off for me.
First team All-American, dominating at the collegiate level. Do you feel like you're not maybe getting enough respect in terms of what people think about you as an NFL player?
No, I mean, whenever I was with Coach Rule and them, they taught us, I mean, basically the opinions of the people that are outside, I mean, we call them sheep, like you don't worry about them, you just worry about what's inside, and right now that's just with me. So I know what I can do, and I'm confident in myself, and really that's all that matters to me. I was a backup punter.
It's always good to have pressure.
Yeah, I think it was Kansas State that year. Our special teams coordinator walked up to me and said that like warm your leg up, like you might be punting, and I was pretty terrified if I'm being honest.
James, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8, got to get to the quarterback. What's your go-to move?
If I'm playing, depending on what position, I'll say like 3 techniques I'm more comfortable. I'm going to try and probably do a 2-end swipe or go on an inside move depending on the blocking scheme and where the back is and all that stuff. So it kind of changes.
McKivitz from West Virginia said you were the best defensive lineman he faced last year. Who was the most difficult offensive lineman to get past?
For pass rush, for sure, I'd probably say him as well, McKivitz, yeah. In the Big 12, we had a lot of good tackles and a lot of good interior linemen, but I feel like he was the most technically sound, and he was a good player for sure.
Thank you, James.
Yeah.
In the NFL, who are you looking forward to tackle the most?
Tackle the most? That's a hard one. I feel like I wouldn't say there's a certain person. I just feel like just being able to be that guy on the team that they know I can make a play for and make that tackle and just getting back to the quarterback or even the running back in the backfield. And then just, I feel like playing in my hometown, or I guess not my hometown, but like in Dallas or Houston so my family can see me playing. That's going to be cool.
Dallas, Houston area. There's a lot of guys from that Texas area. Does that maybe give you some sort of more confidence?
I would say, I mean, obviously being from Texas is a football state. I feel like football is a big deal from high school to college, and obviously for the Cowboys and Texans. So seeing everybody that's from Texas and how they're doing in the NFL, and it gives me for sure like that pride and that confidence. Like I'm from Texas, I know I can like hang with these guys.
So meeting the interview process with teams, what are they asking you? What are you learning about the teams?
A lot of the meetings are more just like getting to know the coach and getting on that close level with them so they know who you are as a person, because I think the biggest thing here is obviously showing you can play, but they've seen your film and making sure you're a smart player, and they'll talk X's and O's with you, but also just making sure that they're the type of person and I'm the type of person that we both want to be with. And I feel like that's the best way to find out if you want to be on a team or if they want you on a team is if you work well with like the coach or whatever staff is there.
Have you met with the class?
I have met informally with, yes.